Hey, good day, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Andrew's Life. Now, I was going to do this video and not even talk, but I just want to explain to, for those of you that are not from the Midwest or you never lived in a region of this country that was colder. Now, obviously, I'm here in Indiana, and today it's snowing, and there's a significant amount of drifting going on. A lot of businesses today are closed due to the weather. Now, right now it's 23 degrees, and earlier they were calling for about a foot of snow, give or take, but we don't have a foot of snow. I would say right now we probably have about a couple of inches of snow, give or take. So although we don't have a lot of snow, there is a lot of drifting going on, and given the given the weather conditions, it's a little difficult to see real far ahead of me, which is why I'm driving so slow. And I would have thought by now that the snow plows were out here plowing. Either A, the snow plows haven't made it out this way to plow yet, or B, if they did, I guess the fact that it keeps on snowing covered up a lot of what they've plowed earlier. But as I drive on this road, right now I'm on 67 North here in the state of Indiana, and the roads are a little slick. Now, there are people that are driving much faster than me, but I don't care. This is a speed that I feel comfortable driving, so this is a speed I'm going to remain driving. Now, fortunately, there's not a whole lot of people on the road. A lot of people were smart enough to stay at home today. When people went outside, and probably saw a quarter of an inch or so of ice on their vehicles, it probably encouraged a lot of people to stay home. But yeah, with this snow, there was a lot of ice. Like, when I went outside to prepare my car for driving, I would say there was a good quarter of an inch of ice, give or take, that I had to scrape off my windows. So for those of you that are not from Indiana, you're not from regions of the country to where you get snow, if you choose to move to a state like Indiana, where of course we do get snow, this weather that you guys are looking at right now is typical for this time of year. So just bear in mind, if you move to Indiana, if you're from a warmer region of the country and you choose to move here to Indiana for any reason, just bear in mind that this is going to be your typical winter here in Indiana. Now, right now, I'm in mid-Indiana. Now, even if you choose to move to southern Indiana, bear in mind, these type of weather conditions are very typical for this time of year. Some years are going to be worse than other years. Some years you'll get weather like this more, a whole bunch of times during the season. And then other years you'll get weather like this once or twice, and that'll be it. And then there'll be years where you might not get none of this at all. But given that this is the state of Indiana, and given that this, obviously Indiana is well above the Mason-Dixon, this is a type of weather that you can expect during this time of year. You can expect cold temperatures, snow, and ice. So if you have to drive out in this type of weather for any reason, obviously obviously if you can avoid driving in this type of weather, that would be the smallest thing to do. But if you need to drive in this type of weather, then whatever speed that you feel comfortable going to where you have full control of a vehicle, that's going to be your best speed. I don't care if the speed limit is, let's say, 55 miles an hour and you're only comfortable going, let's say, 30. Go 30. I mean, remember, at the end of the day, there is no price for getting to your destination a little faster. And whatever price that might be waiting for you, it's not going to be worth you risking your life, or risking somebody else's life, or risking your safety or somebody else's safety by driving too fast and then getting into an accident. So whatever speed you feel comfortable driving, drive that speed. I mean, like right now, it's, the visibility up in front of me is not all that great. These roads are, and like I told you a minute ago, although there's not a whole lot of snow on the road, these roads are rather slick, which is the reason why many of your businesses today are closed. But I thought, since I was here in Indiana, I would go ahead and give you guys a real life scenario of a winter day in Indiana. Now, I honestly thought that these roads would have been plowed and salted already, but from the looks of things, it doesn't look like anybody's been out here, or they may have been out here earlier, but ever since then, everything got covered back up in snow and more ice. So, yeah, if you want to, the reason why I'm doing this video is to give you guys a real life scenario of a winter day here in the state of Indiana and in other states that are like Indiana. Now, normally in this type of weather, I would have just stayed inside the house, stayed nice and warm, safe, all that good stuff. But today, I mean, I came out here for the sole purpose of putting out this video for you guys, because I want people to know as much as possible about Indiana before moving here. And as I tell you guys before, Indiana is a good place to live. There's a lot of opportunities for those who move here with the right mindset. However, when it comes to this nasty winter weather, I mean, it is what it is. This right here is going to resemble your typical winter here in Indiana. So, if you don't feel comfortable driving through this type of weather, then either A, don't move here to Indiana or a state like Indiana, or B, like some people do, you can become a snowbird. Now, if you can't see now for those of you that may not be able to see too well, I apologize. I mean, as I'm driving, there's like right now there's a mixture of snow and ice that's currently falling down. So, my apologies. And FYI, for those of you who live in states that have these that get this type of weather, and for those of you that are going to move to a state like this, whenever you learn that it's going to get cold, it's a good practice to go to the gas station and fill up. Because number one, you're going to need a little extra gas to warm up your vehicle and to get the ice off your car. And number two, they say it's good practice to fill up your tank. That way you don't have to worry about any water getting into your tank and then it turns into ice, and then you have possible issues starting up your vehicle when it's real cold like it is today here in Indiana. Alright folks, I know I'm not talking a lot, but that's only because I'm stuck. And I'm trying to get myself unstuck, which is another reality of driving in this type of weather. I mean, you know, like I'm driving a Chevy Cobalt. And although front wheel drives are typically good in this snow, I mean, the problem is like I told you guys before, there's a whole shitload of ice on these roads. Oh yeah, I got myself unstuck. Yeah, I meant to turn around and go back the other way, but that didn't work out so well because, like I said, there's probably just as much ice on these roads as snow. And my intentions was to actually drive through a couple of towns, but given this weather, I'm probably not going to do that today because I don't feel like getting stuck somewhere and then having to wait for AAA to pull me out. So I know this video for some of you might be a little boring, and I apologize, but my main purpose of doing this video is to show you guys how it's going to be like living in Indiana during the winter. It'll be something for you. It'll be something for you out-of-towners to bear in mind if you move to Indiana, or if you even come here around this time of year to visit. This is something that you guys ought to bear in mind. This is all these winter conditions. Now, although most of Indiana is relatively flat, you do got parts of Indiana, like where I'm at, that are a bit hilly. I mean, it's not super hilly, but it's, you know, there's enough. It's a little hilly, just a little bit, enough to cause somebody some problems if they're driving in this type of weather and don't quite know what they're doing. Alright folks, I'm going to go ahead and end this video right here. I mean, I think after 20 minutes you guys get the point of what this video is about. So I don't want to bore you guys too long here, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Everybody be careful. Have a blessed one. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe and leave comments below, and I will see you guys on the next video.